Hey guys, what is up? I hope everybody's been having a great day. I'm super excited for this video I have for you guys here. It's at Caves Valley Golf Club, right ahead of the BMW Championship, the PGA Tour playoffs. And me and my coach, BIRDIE Najar, we're gonna be going around the course and kind of walking you through, you know, any parts of when we get through to a point where there might be a teachable moment. I think it'd be really cool to have him and break things down. But also we're just gonna play some golf, have some fun. And yeah, looking forward to this round. You excited for it?
It's gonna be great, Kyle, and everyone out there that's watching. We hope that you enjoy the beautiful setting here at Caves Valley. We're excited to have the 21 BMW Championship. We're going off the first hole, which is gonna be the 10th hole in the tournament. It's a beautiful par 4. We look forward to showing you more as this round progresses.
Yep, and I really think you know, you guys will enjoy this. If you do enjoy it, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. We're on our way to 150,000 subscribers, and obviously once we get to that point, I will make sure I drop another absolute banger. So that being said, super excited. I think you guys are really gonna love it. This course is in unbelievable shape because this course is gonna be closed in like 3 days, where at that point afterwards, it's only gonna be the PGA guys because this tournament is in less than a couple weeks. So they are absolutely ready. Course looks awesome, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. So stay tuned, it's gonna be a really awesome episode. Round hole 1, this is a 460-yard par 4. Dogleg's a bit to the left, so you can kind of see it's the green out there. And so I'm gonna be hitting a 4-iron right at those bunkers. It's about 290 to get to those bunkers, but it is downhill, and I wanna make sure I give myself room short of those bunkers, so I'll be in play. We will hit driver. There's a little bit of room here for hitting driver. I probably would typically not hit driver here. So yeah, let's hit them and see where they end up. All right, so pretty solid shot here. You can actually see the pitch mark. 172 left, a bit uphill. It's probably gonna play more like 180. So I'm gonna go just a hair shy of a full swing with a 9-iron and bring it in a little bit left to right. And as for my drive, it's up there just in the rough somewhere. I will walk up and find it for you guys, but it's like, it was on this line. It's a really good line. Just, it's a tough shot for me to hit with driver on this hole because there's really not a lot of room. So 9-iron for 172. Let's see if we can hit it close. All right, so this is where my driver ended up. You can see the pin up there. I would say this is no more than about 70 yards, 60 yards. So that was about a 390-yard drive, and you can see it's an elevated shot as well, so that definitely helps with the distance. And I'm kind of second guessing my 4-iron shot now because, you know, you can see these bunkers here. Those bunkers ended about 340, so I played short of them with my 4-iron, but I can actually take them out of play, and I might be the only person who can because they're about a 340, 350 carry. And if you look, you can see all this room here, and honestly, even a little bit left is okay. So I might actually, next time I play this hole, I would probably hit driver. So it's the first time I think I've ever actually thought a driver would be a better play. So yeah, so that's where the ball ended up, and let's go on to my 3rd shot of the hole. Ended up right here, and definitely a putter here, and typically that kicks a little more down to the green. I was kind of surprised how straight that bounced, but still a pretty good shot here. This is definitely one of the hardest par 4s on the course, just given the dog leg and the elevated tee shot. So see if we can hit a good putt. So that was a really good 4 there. Was a little frisky on the putt, but I made a good comebacker. So not a bad 4 there to start off. And then on the hole 2, it's about 330 yards. Really cool little par 4 that I know you guys will enjoy seeing at the BMW. Pin is obviously out there by that bunker, so two options, and I'll have Bernie explain this in more detail, but I can start here and cut it with the driver, or I can aim at the left center of that bunker and hit a 4-iron. So what would you recommend here?
Well, for you, Kyle, you've got the length and the curvature capability on this hole. A lot of players don't have. So to hit it 310 yards against the breeze, you probably have to take a little bit off your driver, but I still think it's the play. We're going to aim it at a tree left of the green, and you'll feed your left to right shot right at the green. And if you're going conservative, you're just going to take a 4-iron out to where most of the players you'll see in the BMW play this tee shot. Because on this tee, unless you can hit a ball that's curving quite a bit and 300 in the air, you got to lay back with a 4-iron.
Yeah, and this is the tree he's referring to. It's the one you can see right there, kind of in the foreground, and just kind of work it off that. So let's see how these two shots work out. All right, guys, so I'm actually walking down right now because, so this is my 4-iron right here. That's kind of where I left it there, and you can see the green there. Probably about a 90-yard shot left, so that's pretty much A1, absolutely where you want to be. I'm walking down to pick it up because for two reasons. One, this driver was actually the shot I would have hit regardless, because, you know, it just makes a lot of sense because you actually take water out of play by hitting driver and carrying that water. And there's just not a lot of bad stuff behind the green. You might have a tough shot coming back, but you've also taken out, you know, the water and all the other problems. So it's worth it. And unfortunately, I can't hit this shot coming in because the fairway is going to take a beating at the BMW here because everyone's hitting wedges. So they've closed this fairway so that people can kind of be ready, can get it ready for the tournament. So would have been a fun shot to hit, but unfortunately, I guess a few players maybe a little better than me are going to be needing this fairway in a couple weeks. So but yeah, we'll see where we are in our second shot and see if we can make it 3. So this is what I got left here. A little bit long in the green, pins in the left corner. Again, like that's why I want to hit driver. It really takes out pretty much all the trouble. And yes, this is definitely not an easy shot, but it's still probably easier to get close to the pin than a shot from 100 yards away. So that's why this is the preferable play for me. So we're gonna be going with a 62-degree wedge and just trying to hoist it as high as we can and stop it. All right, guys, so that's where my shot ended up. Hit a really good shot, got a lot of spin. And now Bernie wants to introduce an alternate shot here for this kind of approach.
What Kyle just did is really difficult, to hit it high and soft off this lie. Great shot, but if you have this situation, we're a little downwind, which makes his shot even more amazing. But you'll see if you pan out there, Kyle, the way the slope works, it's running down towards the hole. And even though there's some light rough, you can actually pitch the ball and let it bounce up onto the green. So just as another option for you if you're not comfy hitting that high pitch shot, let me show you that shot here. So I'm just going to take my 60-degree wedge and just hit a medium trajectory pitch and run. So I'm not trying to hit a flop shot here, just trying to pitch it down there and make sure that I just let the ground take the ball to the hole. So you can see that's a pretty good shot and a great choice for you to get the ball on the green from here.
Right, so walking up, you can see where mine landed. I really did get a ton of spin on that, and Bernie's shot's also really good. And guys, like, that was a really hard shot. That's probably about as close as I'm gonna hit that shot in, you know, 20 tries. And you can really tell from this angle here, from all the way back there, it's about a 40 to 30 yard shot, and this really does kind of run this way. So both options are very, very valid. Really good hole there. That was definitely one of my best chip shots in a long time. Now on hole 3, 580 yard par 5. Gonna be letting it go with the driver at those bunkers on the left. I really don't mind hitting it into them, so I don't mind kind of going in that direction and just trying to peel it off a little bit of them. So let's go with driver and see if we can get off to a good start in this hole. All right, so I absolutely pummeled this drive. You can see I was able to work it off those bunkers there. I got 212 left. Aiming at the left center of the green with a 6-iron. So let's see if we can hit this close. All right, guys, so unfortunately I pulled it a bit left, but that definitely was the miss. You can actually see green right here, so got a bit of a flop shot. I do have a decent lie, so I think I'll be able to stop this somewhat close, but this is definitely a very hard shot, so see if we can hit it close. Honestly, I'm not upset with that 5. I left myself in a really tough spot with that chip shot. Made a decent up and down from there for a 5. So moving on to the next hole, hole 4, 183 yard par 3. You can see the pin out there. I don't know if it'll zoom right, but that's actually the tips right there. But obviously, you know, the course doesn't want us tearing up these tee boxes ahead of the BMW, so we're playing a little bit up on the, you know, the holes with iron shots so that we don't rip up the greens and rip up the tee boxes. So a bit of a headwind. 184. Gonna go ahead and hit, I'm thinking 6-iron and kind of knock it down a little bit and just get this on the green. All right, so just a little bit right and a bit long of the screen. So, but we got a fairly benign chip here. So, see if we can get it rolling over this little knoll here and get it close. So that was an awesome chip there. Really was able to predict that break pretty well. Man, this rough is getting tough. The guys who come here are definitely gonna have a fun time out of this stuff. So on hole 5, 470 yard par 4, you can see some more of the scaffolding infrastructure in the distance. You're gonna be taking a driver, aim at this line with just a bit of a fade. All right, so here's where I ended up. I was able to cover these bunkers by a little bit there. Probably about a 360, 370 yard tee shot. Got about 120 left. Pin is in the back. So I'm gonna be trying to chase up there the 52-degree wedge and see if we can hit a good shot. All right, so walking up a little bit long, but you guys can probably tell from this angle, it's actually, once you get over this little knoll here, it all kind of slides down. So didn't get a lot of help when it came to holding the green here. You can actually see the ball markers right there. So I guess I can show you that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. So got about a 20 footer. Let's see if we can make it. Well, that was a little tough to take. I thought I had that read. I thought that ball was gonna straighten out towards the end. It just kind of kept moving left to right. So not a bad 4 on hole 6, 492 yard par 4. You can see trees out there. Gonna play a bit of a cut, try working around that bunker. Bernie actually mentioned something pretty interesting about kind of course architecture and design. So I figured it'd be good for him to elaborate on that.
So a lot of great par 4s like this will have a bunker on the corner of the fairway, and that bunker, in this case, it's a little bit of a strategy call here. Kyle's got enough length to fly it, but even though he can fly the bunker, there isn't much fairway over that bunker. It's an optical illusion, so he really has to play left center. And for those of you playing holes like this, when you see those corner bunkers, pay attention to what you're hitting over, because a lot of times there's more room to the side and you're going to be better off from a strategic standpoint playing into the fat side of the fairway.
Something else I'll add to that is, oftentimes if you're playing like a practice round and you just want to really get a good look at the hole, I've always found it's often better once you're on the green to look back at the hole. So like get onto the green and look at the entire hole from the green back to the tee. A lot of times architects will hide stuff that's only apparent green back to the tee, because obviously you're playing from tee to green and they hope you don't see it. So that's a great way to pick up on a lot of nuances if you only have like 1 or 2 practice rounds to really figure out the course. Alright, so here's where we are, just a bit left of this fairway. Got 180 left of the pin. Gonna be going with the 9-iron. It's a bit uphill. This will probably be a hair short if anything, but I just want to protect against going long, especially because I might have a fly or lie here, so see if we can hit it close. Alright, so I am very glad I hit a 9-iron, because you can see that ball needed every bit of that green to stay up. So man, that thing came screaming off the club face when I hit that. So looks like we got probably about a 45 footer here, so let's see if we can cozy it on up close to the hole and either make a bomb for a birdie or walk away with a stress-free par, and probably one of the hardest par 4s in the course. So see if we can do it. All right, so that's another solid 4. I thought for a second, about halfway through, that putt might have a chance, but it was a little slower than I anticipated. So I made a pretty good cleanup with that 3.5 footer, and so another solid 4. On to hole 7, 600-yard par 5. That's an absolutely beautiful view right there. I'm gonna be sending it with the driver.
Pretty perfect, dude.
Take it.
Yeah.
So I absolutely pummeled that drive, and Bernie and I were kind of talking about, you know, how far back they've pushed this course with BMW. I mean, it is substantially far back. Like, I used to play high school matches here, and it is 400 or 500 yards longer than I remember it being. And this hole in particular, if you look, that fairway looks pretty far away. It's about 275 to get to the fairway, and I had a bit of a challenge for Bernie. So
yeah, so Kyle's challenging me to see if I can fly the ball into the fairway. It's about a 275 carry, and the wind's blowing into us just a little bit. So it's going to take an absolute bomb on my part, and I'm going to try to do it for you here.
Yeah, and guys, he hits it pretty far. I mean, he swings about 110, 112, and you know, we've done speed train sessions in the past. So, I mean, he's not a short hitter. It just goes to show how far back these tees are. I mean, it's crazy. He made it. Looks like that's the front edge of the fairway, and that's his ball.
Thanks a lot, Kyle. Appreciate being humiliated on your channel. But I'm happy, everyone, to get to this fairway, because when you see how far the guys hit it on tour, The other perspective you want to have is watch where we show you Kyle drove it, just to give you an idea of how different his distance is relative to the average tour player. I would be lower third in driving distance on tour, which isn't that bad, but I have to hit a really good one to reach this fairway, just to give you an idea how long this hole's playing.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of this puts it into perspective here. That's a tee all the way back there, and where we're standing right now, and I know Bernie hit that good. I mean, he's fast. He's swinging about 108, 110. We're probably standing about 282, 283 right now. So, I mean, that's some average carry guys on tour. And think about how much room they have to get over this fairway. So, yeah, this is going to be a really fun test of golf here in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, let's see where my ball ended up. All right, so here's my ball ended up. You can actually see pitch mark right here. But yeah, it kind of gives you an idea. I think Bernie was on the edge of that fairway, and then you can see the tee all the way back there. So, the way we're standing here is probably about a 350, 355 yard drive, but it is uphill, so this was a big hit for me. So, 252 left, gonna be taking a 3-iron at this green, see if we can get it on, putting for a 3. All right, guys, so, you know, I sculled that shot a little bit. I think I might still be putting, kind of got away with it. But Bernie and I were talking about the fact that this slope is very, very hooky of a lie. And I try to kind of play a bit of a cut out of it, and that can be really tough, especially with a long iron. So Bernie was kind of talking to me about a different way to play this shot.
So as Kyle mentioned, this is above his feet, and I'm just gonna stand by the ball here. Whenever you have the ball above your feet, a couple things are going to happen. One, the club head's going to close quicker through impact. So if you're trying to hold it off to hit a fade, it's a little more challenging. So in this case, especially a long iron, I'm encouraging Kyle to play a draw instead of fighting the slope, trying to play a fade. So to do that, he's just going to aim a little right of center relative to the target. That's going to be about 15 yards right of this target, and let the slope produce that draw for him with his great swing.
All right, guys, so this is where my second shot ended up, where I was playing the draw. I left it out a little bit, but you can see how it got all the way back to this green. That's actually a much easier shot than what I'm left with on my previous shot. So let's see if we can get this one up and down. All right, so here's what I got left. Not intimidating at all. Pretty tight lie here, and also not a lot of green to work with. So Bernie's gonna kind of explain how he would play this shot.
So if you're faced with this shot, and we're gonna talk about it from the standpoint you have an uphill lie on a situation that you've got to hit it up in the air over a bunker. And uphill lies, you tend to have shots that the ball's sitting where you're hitting into the grain. Grain tends to grow downhill, so many of you have probably experienced when you try this shot, your club gets stuck in the hill. A smart thing to do is take your sand wedge, not your lob wedge. Even though the shot calls for a high shot, open up that face so the lead edge is up in the air more. That exposes the bounce of the club in a way where it can slide up the slope. The big mistake here is to lead with the lead edge and get caught in the hill. So if you watch the better players, Kyle, come around with the camera here face on, you'll see that when they set up, they put the shaft a little bit more back, so that gives them loft and bounce. And just remember, whatever club you came with, if it's a 60-degree wedge or a 56-degree wedge and it has 10 degrees of bounce, when you lay the shaft back, that gives you more bounce, and that's what you need on this shot, so you can take a bigger swing and not get stuck in the ground.
Pretty solid 5 there. I would have liked to get up and down, but I really did leave myself in a rough spot there. So on hole 8, 175 yards. The tips are right there, I believe, so we're obviously playing a little bit up because we can't be hitting on the tips with the course tournament this close. So 175 yards. See the pins on that little corner there, and Bernie was kind of mentioning another little strategy lesson.
Real quick, everyone, this is a great par 3. It'll be number 17 in the BMW Championship. One of the most demanding shots, and I think down the stretch you'll see the tournament decided on perhaps this hole. So in any event, when you look at this green, there's a small landing area, and it's a back right pin with water to the right. It's a pin location you absolutely shouldn't aim at, especially in the Sunday pin placement scenario that you're seeing today. So Kyle, I'm going to encourage you to hit it left center of the green, probably just a 9-iron for you.
Yeah, probably like a
and
3/4.
be totally good with a 25, 30 footer here. Get out of here with 3. You might make a bomb, but this is a hole you got to respect and play the left center of the green. So when you see green complexes like this, don't chase the pins.
That's why it's great to have him out in these videos, because I feel like I get so much better by having him out here, and I hope you guys get better too. Smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to keep seeing more of these tips, because I think they're really insightful, really helpful, and add a lot more value to the viewing experience. So that being said, like Bernie said, I'm going to be hitting a knockdown 9-iron, left center of the green, staying away from that water.
I think you're on the green.
All right, guys, so back left corner here, as Bernie said, definitely the spot you want to be aiming for. See a pitch mark right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of, there it is. So, gonna have about 40 feet here, so we can get down to. All right, so that was a tough 3-putt there. That looked really good all the way in, and it just kind of ran out on me a little bit. So it is what it is now in a hole 9, 460-yard par 4. You can see kind of the layout of the hole. You can be starting it at the center of those bunkers, just working it left to right a little bit, sending it with the driver. All right, guys, and now Bernie brought up a good idea. I think you guys would like this, a bit of a swing power tip, because Bernie's been kind of trying to gain some speed himself. And one of the things he was doing on the par 5 a few holes ago, he was going like this a little bit too much. So what I'm telling him to do with this swing here, that you're gonna see him hit it with the driver, try to stack more and try to get all of his weight behind his lead knee. The more weight you can get behind there, the better you can post up on that knee and then release. So summed up, don't do this, do this. That'll help you get a lot more speed. And then let's see him put that in action.
So just in terms of what my mistake tends to be is my lower body tends to twist a little bit, so my center of mass doesn't load enough in the backswing. So Kyle just gave me a great tip I'm going to implement now. I'm going to really work on unloading my lead side. And that's going to store a lot more energy in the downswing so I can hit it longer.
All right, let's see it. That is absolutely killed. I don't know if you guys can see it land here, but well, unfortunately you can see my pitch mark right there. This is the last bunker in this complex and didn't quite cover it. I hit that good too. It's about a 370, 365 cover in uphill and just didn't quite have it. I think maybe if the wind's a little more friendly, I might. So good job, superintendent, on basically getting bunkers that stop everyone, because couldn't quite cover it. So got 135 left. You can see the pin in the front. Gonna be hitting a 48-degree wedge, land in the center of the green, and try to get myself looking at 3. All right, guys, so I'm sure as you can see that caught the lip a little bit, so didn't run out much, but let's see if we can get up and down. We're on hole 10. This is a drivable par 4, and this actually is a hole that I think it is a good idea to hit driver because it's pretty open, as I'm sure you guys can tell here. Not a lot of stuff in the way. So you guys will notice I teed up pretty far on the right side here, and there's something Bernie brought up. You know, I play a cut, and you can see the trees are, you know, up here. So
yeah, it's really important. If you're going to play a fade, use the right side of the tee box. If you're a right-handed golfer, that's going to give you room to start the ball left, and it also sets up the feeling that you have room to start the ball where you need to hit it for your shot. A lot of times people go right to the middle of the box or wherever the player was before, and that might not fit your shot shape. So in this case, you're going to see Kyle on the right side of the tee box playing his fade as he's going to drive the screen here.
All right, so I pulled this one a bit left, almost got to the green. I think caught some trees on the way down. So gonna be hitting a 62-degree wedge and see if we can get this up and down. On the hole 2, par 5, well over 550 yards. I think it's close to 600. So I'm gonna be playing a baby fade with the driver. Gonna have it start and just cut just into that bunker. You see where my pitch mark is right here. I pretty much got to the absolute edge of this fairway before the corner kind of cuts. If I hit it 30 yards further, I would have been in that stuff. So that's probably one of the reasons I like playing the tips a lot. It gives me a little bit more room. So 235, you can see the pin out there. Got a 5-iron in my hand. See if we can hit it right at the pin. All right, well, definitely didn't hit a very good shot there. You can see my ball, tough lie, so I got left. Really just kind of got stuck up on the top of my swing there and just kind of squeezed it out to the right. So, but we can still get up and down. It's gonna be hitting a 62-degree wedge. See if we can hit a good shot. All right, guys, thought that putt was gonna hang on, just crept a little bit right at the hole. Now in hole 12, 165 yards, playing 155. See if we can hit it close. See if we can get up and down here, 52-degree wedge. There's a pretty substantial slope once you get to that, from the probably about 12 feet short of the hole, so we gotta have it just trickle over that. All right, so that was a tough hole there. Had a good read in the putt, just was a little weak on the stroke, and I think a lot of people that have a putt breaking away from them. So if you're a righty, left to right. If you're a lefty, left to right. I mean, sorry, opposite. If you're a righty, left to right. If you're a lefty, it's right to left. Those putts that break away from you, I think a lot of people tend to struggle with those. So here's what it is. On hole 4, par 5, we're gonna be sending it with the driver. Alright guys, so just a little bit left of the fairway, but not a bad swing. So we're uphill here, pin's all the way up there. So 240 yards left, gonna be hitting a 5-iron. This might be a little short. I'm okay with that, but if I really catch a jumper, this should run up to the pin. Oh. Just not getting the brakes right now, unfortunately. That was a good putt, just kind of snapped a little more than I wanted to when it got to the hole. So on the next hole, hole 14, and I believe I can get really close to driving this hole. So the line of the green is like right there, and you can see the hole kind of doglegs right at that bunker. So gonna be starting it just right at that bunker, playing a bit of a cut, so we can get around the green. Alright, so I pulled it a bit left, actually by hole 15's tee box. Got 77 yards left. Could be hitting a 58-degree wedge. So really great shot here. You can actually see pitch mark right there, ball right there. So we got a shot at a birdie. So that was a great 3. Feels good to get one back here on hole 15, 180-yard par 3. You can see the situation up there. Also, these are the tees we can't hit from. That far back tee definitely doesn't inspire much confidence when you're looking at the green from that far away. So glad we're not playing that today, but those guys are gonna have their hands full. But I'm sure they can handle it. Hitting a 9-iron, see if we can hit it right at the pin. Alright guys, so walking up, I hit mine a little long. I mean, this was right on top of the pin, just a bit deep here. I was a little bummed at where mine ended up, because man, that thing just did not leave the hole. I was just one club too long, so it is what it is. We still got a putt for birdie, see if we can make it. So not a bad 3. Didn't quite come in as much as I thought it would, so a 3 is always good though. On hole 16, 470-yard par 4. Gonna be cutting it just right at that fairway bunker. Alright guys, so we absolutely spanked that one. That is dead in the center of the fairway. But if you look at that sign, it also is in the middle of a do not play area. You can see kind of the edge of it there and then right there. So that is just because, you know, they're expecting a lot of play from there, because I think the tees are going to be moved up a lot in this hole, so it's going to have a lot of play up there. So what I'll have to do, I'm just gonna play from the first cut right next to where my ball is, like the same distance, and just throw it in the first cut, because they don't want divots this close to the tournament up here. So we'll put it in the first cut, and I'll let you guys know how far we got, and we'll give it a good shot here. So I got 95 left. Pin is a bit in the back. You're just taking a 52-degree wedge, flighting it low, and skipping it back there. so that was an awesome hole. Probably my best hole of the day so far. That putt was, it's a really nice putt to go in. So on hole 17, about 470 par 4. Gonna be trying to cut it just around that bunker and get us in play. All right guys, so I pulled that one left a little bit and you can see kind of came down through here and so I ended up right here. I do have a shot. It's 155. Gonna be playing 9-iron through that gap right there, the tight draw. We thought it'd be a good idea to show you guys maybe how to hit this shot, the strategy for this shot, and how to kind of set up for success on a recovery / approach shot like we have right here.
If you're faced with this situation, obviously pick a club that gets you out of trouble. That's the #1 rule. So Kyle's got a nice clean shot if he plays a little draw. If you look down at the lie, there's a lot of stuff around the ball. You want to get these loose impediments away from the ball you're hitting and just make sure you figure out your stance before playing the shot. You know, test your feet in this position. You can't change your lie, but get in here, simulate what you're about to do, and then take your swing. Don't just get up here and whack it. Make sure you have a good feel for your stance. Maybe take a little more club than you need so you don't get out of balance, and you'll have some success when you're out of position.
I mean, this is probably one of the biggest things that pros are good at. They're able to get themselves out of trouble and oftentimes kind of keep them in position too. So let's see how this goes for me. I think we're on the dance floor. Walking up to this green, just thought it'd be a cool little shot of some wildlife here. Pretty cute little deer. All right, so I didn't quite find the putting surface, but that still was a very fine shot from where I was there. Just a bit left, it's pin high, so still got a good chance to get up and down. So let's see if we can make it happen. All right guys, so we've made it. Hole 18, 460 something yard par 4. I really hope you guys have been enjoying this video. I've loved making it. I've been coming up to Caves Valley for such a long time now. It's really awesome to be able to make a video about it. So as you guys can tell, I'm a little winded. It's definitely tough to run up these hills and all that stuff. So here's how the hole looks. See a nice little sunset out there, but we're gonna be trying to send it right between those two fairway bunkers. All right guys, so right center, right edge of the fairway here, really nice tee shot. Got 136 left to the pin on the right edge. Keep hitting a 48-degree wedge and see if we can throw it right on top of the pin. Well, as you can see by that ball mark right there and where I ended up, that was not a good shot. I just kind of dropped it inside too much and left the face open, so not a good shot, but let's see if we can get up and down. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. That's it for this video. Had a ton of fun out here at Caves Valley. As I've said, I have been coming to this course to train with my coach Bernie for probably going over 12 years now, I would say, and they've always been incredibly hospitable, and you know, they've just been a great course for me to come back to, and I like to call it one of my home courses. Members have always been super kind, super nice to me, and really glad that they allowed us to do this for you guys, and I hope the members here and everyone who's played enjoys this course as well. You know, and with that being said, also please be sure to subscribe to my coach Bernie Najar's YouTube channel. He's gonna start picking up the pace on the YouTube videos, and so I think he really wants to be able to coach you guys, help you guys' game out as much as possible, and he sees YouTube as a big opportunity for that. So check out his channel if you haven't already. He's got a lot of really cool stuff on it.
Yeah, so go to @BernieNajar Golf, and that's the same social media tag I use on Twitter and Instagram. You'll see a lot of cool videos of Kyle that I've compiled over the years, from when he was a junior golfer all the way up through college and as a professional competing at long drive, and some of the stuff I shot today on the course you'll see as well. Great being with you all, and hope to help you with your games, and see you in the future.
One more thing, if you guys would like to have a good laugh, I'm sure he has some videos from when I was 11 or 12 or 13 years old that you guys are gonna really laugh your butts off at. So I would stay tuned for that, and obviously subscribe to this channel. I think you guys are really gonna find a lot of value there. That being said, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Always happy to entertain you guys any way we can. So with that being said, talk to you guys next time. Take care.